Have you ever been in the presence of someone who seemed perfectly fine on the surface, but deep down, something felt off? As if an invisible weight pressed down on the room the moment they entered. You couldn't explain it, but your gut knew. They weren't yelling, they weren't wearing a mask of malice, no villain's costume was required. They came with a smile, maybe even a friendly laugh, but the tension they left behind could choke the air out of your lungs. That's the tricky part about encountering people who bring chaos into our lives. They never announce themselves as the threat they truly are. They don't barge in like a storm. They slip through the cracks, hidden under the guise of kindness and good intentions. And before you know it, you're tangled in their web of lies, slowly questioning yourself, your decisions, your worth, your reality. They don't need brute force to control you. Instead, they rely on the gradual erosion of your peace. Slowly but surely, they chip away at your confidence until you're unsure of where you stand and whose voice you should trust. Stoic philosophy teaches us to protect our minds, to hold close what we can control and release what we cannot. But some of the greatest battles we face involve knowing when to identify and step away from harmful influences. Because evil doesn't always come with flashing red signs, but it does leave clues, breadcrumbs leading us toward the truth. If you pay attention, you can see them. And once you do, you can act before it's too late. Let me take you on this journey so you can spot these 6 red flags and protect yourself from the emotional damage manipulative people can cause. Trust me, recognizing these signs isn't about fear, it's about power. The power to reclaim your peace, your clarity, and your sense of self. Let's begin with the first red flag, one that often hides in plain sight. They lie, constantly and compulsively. Their lies are not just occasional lapses of honesty. For them, deception is second nature. Truth is not a sacred foundation upon which trust is built, but a tool to be bent, twisted, and shattered when necessary. At first, the lies seem harmless, small exaggerations here, white lies there. Maybe they mention accomplishments that seem a little too polished, or offer excuses that don't quite add up. You brush them off as quirks. After all, who hasn't bent the truth before? But as time passes, a pattern emerges. They lie when they don't even have to. When honesty wouldn't cost them a thing, they still choose to deceive. And it's not just about avoiding consequences, it's about power. They test boundaries to see how much they can get away with. When confronted, they feign shock, accuse you of being overly sensitive, or insist you've misunderstood. You find yourself questioning your memory, doubting your instincts, and slowly losing your grasp on reality. This tactic has a name: gaslighting. It's a method of manipulation designed to make you question everything you know, to make you doubt yourself so thoroughly that you become dependent on their version of events. The moment you start seeking their validation to know what's true and what isn't, they've won. But you can stop this before it spirals too far. Think about it. How many times have you caught them in a lie and given them the benefit of the doubt? How often have you told yourself you were overreacting? Trust those moments of hesitation because they're not baseless. They're signals from your inner wisdom, warning you of the danger. If someone constantly reshapes reality and leaves you in a fog of confusion, they are not just dishonest, they're dangerous. Protect your clarity and remove yourself from their influence before you lose more than your trust. You could lose your sense of self. The second red flag is one that creeps up more subtly, but is just as destructive. They love conflict. And by love, I don't mean they enjoy the occasional debate. I mean they thrive on chaos, orchestrating drama like a master conductor. They don't just stumble into conflicts, they create them, nurture them, and revel in the emotional turmoil they leave behind. Unlike most people who seek peace or at least resolution, these individuals are drawn to discord. They plant seeds of tension, whisper doubts into ears, and stir old wounds that should have healed long ago. They'll manipulate situations so subtly that you won't even realize you've been played. One offhand remark at a family gathering can turn laughter into tension, smiles into frowns, and before you know it, you're trapped in the center of a storm you never saw coming. Why do they do it? For control. The chaos gives them power. While others are scrambling to restore harmony, they sit back, satisfied, watching the destruction they've caused. If they can keep everyone distracted by conflict, they can keep the attention off their own flaws and manipulations. And when they're confronted, they play the victim. I didn't mean any harm. People are overreacting. I was just trying to help. Their words are calculated to sound innocent, but their actions speak a different language. When you sense someone steering conversations toward confrontation or find yourself caught in drama that seems to follow them like a shadow, it's time to step back. Protect your inner peace. You don't need to be drawn into their games. The Stoics remind us that while external events may be beyond our control, how we respond remains within our power. Recognize that chaos is their weapon, but your composure is your shield. Now let's talk about the third red flag, perhaps one of the most insidious, when they make you feel like everything is your fault. At first, it seems like minor misunderstandings. You bring up a problem and they downplay it. You express hurt and they tell you you're overreacting. Over time, you start second-guessing your emotions. Were you really being too sensitive? Did you misinterpret what they said? The answer, they'll have you believe, is always yes. You are always the one at fault. This manipulation, often disguised as concern or advice, is meant to erode your confidence. They don't need chains to control you, just your doubt. Because a person who questions their reality is a person who seeks external validation. And once you need their validation, they own you. But here's the truth. You are not imagining things, and your feelings are not an inconvenience. If someone consistently dismisses your emotions or distorts your reality, they are gaslighting you. The Stoics teach us to trust reason and see things as they are, not as others want us to perceive them. Stand firm in your truth. No one has the right to rewrite your reality to serve their agenda. Trust yourself, because the moment you do, you take back the power they tried to steal. Let's dive deeper into the fourth red flag, one that's both frustrating and deeply manipulative. They constantly play the victim. Now, life is filled with hardships, and everyone faces their share of struggles. But there's a stark difference between someone who acknowledges life's challenges and uses them as opportunities for growth, and someone who weaponizes their pain to avoid accountability. The person who plays the victim is a master at dodging responsibility. When something goes wrong, it's never their fault. They blame their past, their circumstances, or the people around them. If they're late, it's the traffic. If they fail at work, it's because someone sabotaged them. If a relationship ends, it's always because the other person was toxic. The world, in their eyes, is out to get them, and they believe they should be pitied for enduring it all. At first, you may feel compassion. You might think, they've been through a lot. I should be understanding. And they know exactly how to pull at your heartstrings. They'll tell their sob stories in vivid detail, emphasizing how much they've suffered and how no one else understands their pain. They'll make you feel guilty for even considering holding them accountable. But as time passes, a pattern emerges. Their stories start sounding rehearsed, exaggerated, and suspiciously convenient. No matter how much support you offer or how many chances you give, nothing ever changes. Their problems persist because, deep down, they have no intention of solving them. Why? because being the victim grants them power. As long as they can make you feel sorry for them, they can manipulate you. They can shift the focus away from their bad behavior and onto their suffering, making you the bad guy for expecting better. If you try to set boundaries, they'll turn the tables. How could you do this to me after everything I've been through? Suddenly, you're not just enforcing a boundary, you're attacking them, or at least that's how they'll frame it. And here's the danger. If you let them, they will drain you emotionally. You'll find yourself constantly trying to fix their problems, offer solutions, and provide comfort, but it will never be enough. They don't want solutions. They want sympathy. They want you to stay invested in their endless cycle of misery because it keeps you tethered to them. But let me remind you, this is manipulation, not genuine need. A person truly in need of help will be open to growth, willing to make changes, and appreciative of your support. Someone who simply craves your sympathy will reject advice, resist accountability, and continue their destructive behavior without hesitation. The Stoics teach us that external circumstances do not control us. Our response to them does. So if someone refuses to take control of their life and instead dumps their emotional baggage on you, it's time to step back. You are not responsible for carrying someone else's burden, especially when they refuse to lighten the load themselves. Protect your energy. You cannot save someone who doesn't want to be saved. Now, the fifth red flag is one that creeps into your life so subtly, you might not notice the damage until it's too late. They constantly criticize you but never acknowledge your successes. You've probably heard the phrase, "death by 1,000 cuts." That's exactly what this is. It's not one big attack. It's a series of small, carefully placed jabs designed to wear you down over time. An evil person will rarely give you outright insults. Instead, they'll disguise their criticism as constructive feedback. But make no mistake, there's nothing constructive about it. They'll point out your flaws, your mistakes, and your shortcomings, always highlighting what you did wrong without ever recognizing what you did right. Did you achieve something great at work? They'll remind you of the time you failed. Did you finally reach a personal goal? They'll downplay it, saying it wasn't that impressive. And if you dare to feel proud of yourself, they'll be there to knock you down a peg. Over time, their words seep into your mind. You start believing you're not good enough, that no matter how hard you try, you'll never measure up. And that's exactly what they want. By diminishing your self-worth, they make you more dependent on their approval. They create a cycle where you're constantly seeking their validation, hoping that one day they'll finally recognize your efforts. But they never will, because the moment you feel confident, you become harder to control. The Stoics teach us to measure our worth not by external validation, but by our own inner principles. Your value is not determined by someone else's opinion. If someone in your life constantly criticizes you without ever acknowledging your growth, ask yourself, what do they gain from keeping you small? The answer is power. They gain control by making you doubt yourself. But you don't have to stay trapped in their game. Recognize the pattern, reclaim your self-worth, and remember that your growth is not theirs to dictate. Finally, we arrive at the sixth and perhaps most chilling red flag. They display no empathy or compassion. Empathy is what connects us as human beings. It's the ability to feel someone else's pain, to offer comfort when they're suffering, and to celebrate their joy as if it were our own. But an evil person is incapable of this. They see others not as people but as tools, things to be used, discarded or ignored when no longer useful. You could be standing in front of them, broken and vulnerable, tears streaming down your face, and they won't flinch. If they acknowledge your pain at all, it will be with cold detachment. "Well, that's life," they'll say, or "you'll get over it." They dismiss your emotions as trivial, as if your suffering is an inconvenience to them. And if they're particularly cruel, they might even twist the moment to make it about themselves. "I'm going through worse," they'll claim, steering the spotlight away from your pain and onto their manufactured crisis. The lack of empathy is not just a personality flaw, it's a dangerous warning sign. If someone cannot feel compassion for your struggles, they will have no hesitation in causing you pain. They won't just ignore your suffering, they'll contribute to it. And the worst part, you'll feel alone. You'll feel invisible, like your pain doesn't matter. But it does. You do. The Stoics teach us that true strength lies not in emotional detachment, but in wisdom and compassion. An evil person mistakes apathy for power, but there is no power in coldness, only emptiness. If someone repeatedly dismisses your emotions and treats your existence as insignificant, believe them when they show you who they are. Walk away before their emptiness drains you of your light. Because here's the truth, you're not small and you're not invisible. Your feelings, your experiences, your existence, they matter. Protect them. And when you see these red flags waving in front of you, don't ignore them. Recognize them for what they are, warnings, guiding you away from danger. Trust yourself, protect your peace, and know that you deserve more than what they're willing to give. Understanding how to protect yourself once you've recognized these red flags is the next critical step. Awareness is only the beginning. Knowing someone is toxic or manipulative won't stop them from continuing to wreak havoc on your life unless you take action. It's about reclaiming control, setting boundaries, and ultimately walking away if necessary. Let's start with boundaries. Establishing them isn't just about saying no to others. It's about saying yes to yourself. Boundaries are your protection, your way of guarding your energy, your emotions, and your well-being. When someone crosses them, you don't owe them an explanation or a second chance. Toxic people thrive on testing boundaries, seeing how much they can get away with. The first time they succeed, it emboldens them. The second time, it becomes a habit. But the moment you stand firm, they lose their power. A good boundary is clear and non-negotiable. If someone constantly lies to you, your boundary might be, "I will not engage with them unless they can be honest." If they criticize you without reason, you might say, "I will not allow them to make me feel less than I am." The beauty of boundaries is that they don't require the other person's understanding or approval. They are yours to set, and their purpose is to protect your peace. But boundaries are meaningless without follow-through. When you enforce a boundary, you're not just making a statement, you're taking action. If they continue to lie or manipulate, you distance yourself. If they keep stirring conflict, you walk away from their chaos. If they dismiss your emotions, you stop seeking their comfort. This can be hard, especially when emotions are involved. But remember, you are not responsible for their behavior. You're only responsible for protecting yourself. The next step is detachment, a concept deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Detachment doesn't mean apathy or indifference. It means freeing yourself from the emotional grip toxic people have on you. Detachment is the realization that you can't control how someone treats you, but you can control how you respond. It's choosing not to internalize their criticism, manipulation, or lack of empathy. It's recognizing that their actions are a reflection of who they are, not a measure of your worth. Detachment allows you to see things clearly. When you're no longer emotionally entangled, you can observe their behavior without being affected by it. You can recognize their tactics for what they are, manipulative strategies designed to control you. And once you see through their game, it becomes much harder for them to win. But detachment isn't always easy, especially if the toxic person is someone you care about. You might feel guilt for stepping back, or fear that you're abandoning them. They may even use this against you, saying things like, "You're the only one who understands me," or "I need you." But understand this, just because they need you doesn't mean you need them. Your well-being should never be sacrificed for the sake of someone else's manipulation. When you detach, you're not abandoning them. You're simply choosing to prioritize your peace. Detachment is an act of self-preservation, a way of reclaiming your energy and focusing it on people and things that uplift you. It's about creating space for healthier connections and experiences, ones that nurture your growth instead of stifling it. If detachment and boundaries aren't enough, if the person continues to harm you despite your efforts, then it's time to take the final step, walking away. This is the hardest decision of all, especially if you've invested time, love, and energy into the relationship. But sometimes leaving is the most loving thing you can do for yourself. Walking away doesn't mean you've failed. It means you've chosen yourself. It means you've recognized that no relationship is worth losing your sense of self over. Toxic people will try to make you feel guilty for leaving. They'll accuse you of abandoning them, of being selfish, of not caring. But remember, they are not your responsibility. You are. The Stoics remind us that life is short and precious, and our energy should be spent on things within our control. You can't control a toxic person's behavior, but you can control your presence in their life. Walking away isn't giving up. It's letting go of what no longer serves you. And when you do walk away, don't look back with regret. Look back with gratitude for the lessons you've learned. Toxic people may cause pain, but they also teach resilience. They force you to confront your boundaries, to trust your instincts, and to recognize your worth. Their presence, though harmful, can lead you to growth if you allow it. So as you leave behind what weighs you down, remember that this is not the end. It's a new beginning. You're creating space for healthier relationships, for peace, for joy. You're choosing to live in alignment with your values, free from the chains of manipulation and control. The path forward won't be easy. You may feel lonely at times, wondering if you made the right decision. But trust yourself. Trust the version of you who had the courage to recognize the red flags, to set boundaries, to detach, and to walk away. That version of you is strong, wise, and capable of creating a life filled with love and authenticity. And when the doubts creep in, as they inevitably will, return to the wisdom of the Stoics. Remember that you are in control of your mind, your actions, and your peace. External chaos will come and go, but your inner stability is yours to protect. Guard it fiercely. So if you've ever found yourself entangled in the web of a toxic relationship, know that you're not alone. Many have walked this path before you, and many will walk it after you. But you have the power to break free. The red flags are there to guide you, to warn you, to protect you. Trust them, trust yourself, and trust that by letting go of what harms you, you're making room for what heals you. You are worthy of peace, of love, of joy. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. As you continue on your journey, remember this: your peace is your power. Protect it, cherish it, and never let anyone take it away. As you navigate life, you'll encounter countless people, each leaving their mark on your journey. Some will teach you love, kindness, and patience. Others will test your strength, resilience, and self-worth. But no matter who crosses your path, remember that you have the power to choose who stays and who goes. You are the gatekeeper of your life, and not everyone deserves a key to your heart, your mind, or your energy. The toxic individuals you've identified don't define you. Their words, their manipulations, their criticisms, they're all reflections of their internal struggles, not of your value. When you internalize this truth, you begin to liberate yourself. You stop seeking validation from those who cannot give it. You stop shrinking to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You stop fighting for the approval of people who don't even approve of themselves. Instead, you reclaim your power. You remember that your worth was never up for negotiation. The lies they told you about yourself, whether through their words or their actions, are not yours to carry. Release them. Let go of the doubts, the guilt, the second-guessing. Those burdens belong to them, not you. In doing so, you step into a new chapter, one where you prioritize your mental and emotional well-being above all else. A chapter where you surround yourself with people who see your light, not those who try to dim it. Where you cultivate relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust and growth, not manipulation, control or deceit. You don't need to explain yourself to the toxic people you leave behind. They will never understand the depth of the damage they caused or the strength it took to walk away. And that's okay. Closure doesn't come from them, it comes from within. Closure is when you stop looking for their apology and give yourself permission to heal. As you move forward, don't be afraid to set high standards for the people you allow into your life. Protecting your peace is not about building walls. It's about creating boundaries that allow love, kindness and positivity to flow freely while keeping harm at bay. Those who respect your boundaries will stay, and those who don't will naturally fall away. There will be moments when you miss the toxic person, not because you need them, but because you're mourning the version of them you hoped they would be. Allow yourself to grieve that loss. It's okay to feel sadness, to feel anger, to feel anything that arises during this process. But don't stay there. Let the emotions flow, acknowledge them, and then release them. With time, you'll begin to see the beauty in letting go. You'll realize that by walking away from what wasn't meant for you, you've made space for what is. You've created room for authentic connections, for self-discovery, for peace. And that is a gift you deserve. Let this experience be a reminder that you are resilient. You've survived manipulation, deception, and heartache. And yet here you are, stronger, wiser, and more self-aware. That strength will carry you forward, guiding you toward a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. If you ever find yourself doubting whether you made the right choice, return to the lessons you've learned. Revisit the red flags and the pain they caused, and remember why you chose to walk away. Remember that your peace is your birthright, and anyone who tries to take it from you is not worth your time, energy, or love. Healing from toxic relationships isn't linear. Some days, you'll feel empowered and free. Other days, you'll feel the weight of old wounds. But every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Celebrate that progress. Honor the journey. And know that healing is not about returning to who you were before the pain. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. As we close this chapter, I invite you to reflect on the following. What have you learned about yourself through this process? What strengths have you discovered that you didn't know you had? What values have become non-negotiable for you moving forward? Take a moment to honor those discoveries. They are the gifts of this journey, the rewards of your courage. You are not defined by the people who hurt you. You are defined by how you rise, how you heal, and how you choose to live moving forward. Let your story be one of strength, resilience, and transformation. And if ever you need a reminder of your worth, return to this wisdom. You are worthy of love that uplifts you, not love that breaks you. You are deserving of peace, not chaos. You have the right to walk away from anything or anyone that disrupts your inner harmony. Never forget that. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found this message valuable, share your thoughts below. Your story may be the light that guides someone else out of their own darkness. And if you're seeking more wisdom on self-growth, resilience, and the path to inner peace, subscribe to Zen Awakening. Together, We'll continue this journey of self-discovery, healing, and growth. Until next time, protect your peace, trust your instincts, and walk boldly in the direction of your dreams. You've already proven that you have the strength to do so.